Sha'carri Richardson. Everybody knows her name now, whether it's for good, whether it's for bad. But what I want to know is she a part of the game? Is this all a game? Did she sacrifice her mom? I also started to wonder if whether or not she was transgender. So I started doing some research, seeing if I could find any articles. And Larry Johnson, who played for the Chiefs and played for the Redskins, he's been speaking out lately about things that have been going on behind the scenes. And as you can see, he's had his fair share of symbolism. And he's also, was known to be best friends with Jay-Z. I'm talking about an affair with her guitarist, but the rabbit hole goes deep. So I'm pretty sure that Larry knows his fair share. So when he says things like this about Megan Thee Stallion, mom passing away in the same month of her breakout, and then saying that the industry is filled with corrupt fatherless children looking for Satan to be their daddy. And then he goes on to post about LeBron and LeBron's childhood friend and the symbolisms and things that they're doing and things that are surrounding them, people dying around them. But I just want y'all to pay attention to what he's doing. Like, here you go again when he was playing with the Cavs. He also spoke on Scottie Pippen and the passing of his son, doing some gematria, putting some numbers together. Okay, and then like he's definitely not lying, because I remember a few artists that I know this wasn't their idea to do this on their own. So obviously this is some part of ritual. And look at Rihanna, she had a whole video in the bathtub. And if anybody can y'all tell me what number is that on her shoulder? Because there are so many celebrities with these Roman numeral tattoos, and I just want to know what they mean, like what those numbers mean. And then here we go with Beyonce. She's done every ritual you can even think about. So when he says things like perfect timing after her biological mom died.
Before your big race and the trials, you found out that your biological mother had passed away.
I want to thank Sha'carri for giving me life. I want to thank Sha'carri for giving me life. Sha'carri Richardson, my mother, I thank you. I thank you for everything.
Now, the second woman, Sha'carri, is her aunt, who she says is her mother. And so I'm doing more research, and now there's like some generic article that's saying Sha'carri passed away. But her biological mother
was
Sha'carri.
I want to thank Sha'carri for giving me life.
And she passed away on June 5th.
Sha'carri Richardson, my mother, I thank you. I thank you for everything.
So why are both of them dead? You know what I'm saying? Like, I tried to find more research on Sha'carri. Her Instagram page is private. And so when he says things again, like we don't even know what females look like anymore because they have trans in sports. And I'm like, are there trans right now in sports? Because I'm just so ignorant, I don't know. And then of course, there's some born man, some man that was born a man who's running against women and taking all the titles, from women. Here another dude, born a man, taking more shit from women. Another dude, born a man, like taking more shit from women. A woman, a woman taking some shit from some man, and we got another man taking some shit from some woman. So again, like, get behind the narrative they create for a star they want you to root for.
Sha'carri Richardson, and she wants everybody to know her name.
Sha'carri Richardson,
and she wants everybody to know her name.
After sacrificing her mother,
I want to thank Sha'carri for giving me life.
instant popularity,
And 3 years from now, she's going to be the number one most anticipated athlete to go to the Olympics. So,
If they don't let her run, everybody boycott the Olympics and see what the Olympics would be like without us.
And right now, man, I'm calling on all my current athletes, retired athletes, and working professionals out there that are cannabis users, advocates, and supporters to stand up and show solidarity on behalf of Sha'carri Richardson.
and even Diddy, Mr. Vote Now or Die himself, even has something to say about this. Hegelian dialect at its finest. So I'm like, what is Hegelian dialect? What is that? The Hegelian dialectic is where the ruling elite create a problem, anticipating in advance the reaction of the population to the crisis, and thus conditioning the people to call for change. When the population is properly conditioned, the desired agenda of the ruling elite is presented as the solution. The solution they present is not intended to solve the problem, but to serve as a basis for a new problem or exacerbate the existing one. When the newly created problem reaches boiling point, it becomes a foundation for the people to clamor for change again. The process is repeated over and over again, all the time, moving society towards whatever endpoint they have in mind. Problem, reaction, solution. Predict the virus, create the virus, cure the virus. The board is like, listen, how the UFC run their stuff and how we run our stuff is different. So that shit not gonna fly here. So I'm really thinking like, man, what is really going on? And so somebody wrote this stuff about her saying that she takes steroids. And then also what was interesting was that they were comparing her to somebody named Flo Jo, who was a track runner back in the day, who had long nails. You know what I'm saying? It's like, damn, like, can they, it's like we can't have any original athletes. They always have to try to copy or try to replicate an athlete that they had before. She ended up passing away in her sleep, and here we go. They even have a statue of her. God rest her soul. So when he say things like that, I'm like, okay, that kind of got me thinking. Because like I said, he probably, I don't know what he had to sign, whether he still is what he is, but he know he under an oath too, so he can only say so much. But when he say things like this, talking about how the NBA is a fashion show, saying with the NFL, how things are being soft on purpose. And then he also went to say that October is the Alphabet History Month, and that they wear pink for that. They're not wearing pink for breast cancer. And so, damn, here she go putting out a little rainbow. Get behind the narrative of a star that they create after sacrificing her mother.
I want to thank Sha'carri for giving me life.
And then gaining instant popularity.
If they don't let her run, everybody boycott the Olympics.
Hegelian dialect at its finest.
Sha'carri Richardson, and she wants everybody to know her name.